Well, Kingdom Come Deliverance is known for being this massive open world realistic RPG set in Bohemia. Now, it tells you quite a lot about what you can do, but on the whole, it doesn't hold your hand. You have to work out how to play this game properly. You have to work out what the best tactics are for you and the best storyline that you can take your character through. So in today's video, I'm going to be going through 7 things that you probably don't know about Kingdom Come Deliverance. These are mostly mechanics that you can actually use to advantage and help you in the world. Now, of course, you might know all of these or just some of them. This is just some things on the whole that I feel like people don't know very well, especially I didn't know these until I researched a lot of them. So sit back, relax and enjoy today's video on Kingdom Come Deliverance. First off, we have a nice little horse mechanic. Now this was stated in the Schnapps video that I think they showed. It was one of the last big gameplay videos before the game was actually released. And this is when you're on horseback. Of course, it's sometimes quite hard to control. You go a tiny bit faster when you're on paths, but a lot of the time it's quite tricky to stick to these paths. Now, a nice little mechanic that they've added in is horse cruise control. If you hold the shift button, don't press any of the WASD keys and things. If you hold the shift button, then of course your horse will just follow the path it's on. It will go straight ahead on this path. If there's things turning off the paths, there's little winding paths with forks turning off, it will go on the one that's straight forward, so you can't do loads of complex stuff like turning off. But if you're just going along a straight path and there's maybe bends in the path, if you just hold shift, the horse will actually follow this. It's basically horse cruise control. So if you just want to look around a little bit, I like to do it where I can look behind me, I can look at all the scenery, just holding shift, my horse would just trot through the woods, down the paths, and I wouldn't even have to control where it goes. It does it automatically following the path. Now, it doesn't go as fast as the gallop, but it's sort of nice cantering, so it's a decent speed, but you're not going to get anywhere really fast with this. This is more like looking around with scenery and things like that. Now, one of the main mechanics in Kingdom Come Deliverance is blade sharpening. If anyone doesn't know about this, there's a lot of grindstones, mostly around the blacksmiths around the town. If you go up to them, you can actually sharpen your blade. But the interesting thing about this is what it actually can do. So, it takes a little bit of a while to work out how to get your blade into the right point. You have to angle it right, and you also have to put the right amount of pressure on it. If sparks are flying off the blade, that means you have got exactly the right point in order to sharpen your blade, and if black smoke is coming off, you're damaging your blade, so you're going to want to stop. Now, if you've got blood on your sword, if you've gone and killed a few bandits, or maybe even innocent villagers, if you're a sadistic person like me, I know, join the club, you can go to a grindstone, and as you grind it, the blood will be removed. Also, along with this, it's a free way of repairing your swords. You can go to the weaponsmith and he can repair this stuff for you, but if you want to, you can just go to a grindstone and you can do all the repairing. The more you grind, as long as you're getting the sparks and not the black smoke, then you'll repair your sword, but like I said, if there's black smoke, you're damaging it, so you're going to have to adjust the pressure and the angle. Alchemy is a big thing in Kingdom Come Deliverance. I've only really just got into it properly and I've started to really enjoy it. Of course, it helps a lot if you learn to read with doing alchemy, but once you do, you can learn a lot of the potions. And by doing these, you can find potion books and things around the world. But all these potions, you are able to drop into pots. These will be pots that you find around in the world, and of course, all the NPCs, they go around eating them, and you can eat them as well. But each individual potion that you drop in a pot, the effects will take place on that person that eats it. So it'll take effect if you eat it, of course. If you put poison in that, don't eat it, you're going to poison yourself. But as an example in this little clip, I think it was the Bane potion, which is basically poison. I put it in the pot, and this military dude, he went and ate it, and he didn't really end up too well. It kind of confused the NPCs because they had no idea what was happening. But this also works for any type of potion. Maybe a strength potion, or an extra sneaky potion where you make less sound, or maybe even a potion where you do a lot more damage and you go absolutely berserk in battle. If you put these in pots, this will affect all the NPCs that actually eat this food. So just before you're going into one of the battle missions in Kingdom Come Deliverance storyline, maybe just drop a few of these strength potions into your friendly camp's pot. As they're eating it, they will gain those buffs, and hey, it means you get an upper hand on the battlefield, and that's always nice. Not only can you put potions and things in food for other people to eat, but you can also pretty much put any potion on pretty much any weapon in the game. With this, all you have to do is you press E on the potion on PC, and you'll of course be able to select what you put the potion on. For example, I feel like the best one is probably putting poison on things like arrows, or poison on your blade. It tends to do a lot of damage. Now, me personally using this, it seems to kill them straight away. I don't know if this was just because my sword was too powerful, it just one-hits people anyway, but experiment around with that a little bit. If you put poison on maybe a weaker sword, you slice on, of course it has to cut them if it just hits their arm, and that's not going to really get into their skin. If you cut them, then maybe later on, they're going to die of that potion effect. I don't know how many different potions it works with, but do a little bit of experimenting with that. Now, isn't it a pain when you're just in that mood to slaughter everybody, and you go to a merchant and you slaughter the butcher by accident? Where are you going to get your sausages from? Where are you going to sell your dog meat that you've just slaughtered from the nearby village? You can't because you've killed the butcher. Well, fear not, guys. I don't want to... okay, yeah, no, it is a glitch. I don't really want to say it was a glitch, but I guess it kind of is a glitch. In Kingdom Come Deliverance, if you slaughter pretty much anyone in the game, you'll probably get arrested. But by the time you go to jail, you'll spend about 10 days in jail unless you have a perk that makes it a shorter time. And after that 10 days, everyone, and I mean all the NPCs in Kingdom Come Deliverance, will respawn. This means for all the merchants or the guards that you kill. So, you know, if you're stuck in a tricky situation and you accidentally kill a few merchants because you're just maybe a bit high or something like that, and you really just want to trade some of those sausages or dog meat, I recommend just giving yourself in, go to jail, and once you're out, everyone will be respawned. Strength and health is something that is quite an important part of Kingdom Come Deliverance. You really want to level up your strength especially. This means you're able to use some of the higher level weapons, and basically you'll be able to do a lot more damage in battle, and preferably I focus on strength a lot so I can pretty much one-hit anybody. But what's the best way to level this up? Well, this is a weird one. The best way to level up your strength, and apparently health, but I haven't really checked the health one out, is to go punching animals. Yes, it's not fighting bandits, it's not fighting heavily armed guards, it's to get your fists out and try and pick a fight with a cow. Now, I think the bigger the animal, the more strength you actually gain from this. That's from what I've heard. But I tried this against a cow, and sure enough, after about 2 minutes of hitting a herd of cows, they didn't seem to like it too much, but after 2 minutes about hitting a herd of cows, I leveled up my strength. It seems the fastest way to actually level up your strength in the game, so if you need a quick level up, spend some time in one of the pastures, punching a few pigs, chickens. I've heard chickens don't really work very well, so I definitely stick with cows. Pigs, I think you can do pigs and sheep, but you get a little bit less XP from them. But cows, they're good ones. Don't know about horses, but horses tend to run off, and they're pretty quick, and they're obviously not in a pen, so you can't really catch horses. But cows, punch them, level up your strength, get big strong like Mighty Russian, and then go slaughter that butcher. Now, you'll know in a battle, when you're doing a sword fight, if you get a little bit too close, you'll get in a clinch with one of the enemies. This is where both you and the enemy are right up with each other, your weapons have crossed, and it is up to you to decide who will get out of this clinch. If you do it well, you'll actually knock some health off it, or maybe you'll stun them, or the enemy could do exactly the same to you. But there's some special tactics that you can use to get out of this clinch. You have 3 attacks. Your main attack, which is left mouse button. Now, I'm not 100% sure, I think this just sometimes you can hit them with the butt of your sword, the hilt of your sword, sorry, if you left click when you're in a clinch, or you can actually just push them away with your sword. That'll probably do the most damage on the whole since that's your main attack. But the alternative attack is right mouse button. A lot of the time you'll elbow them if you don't have fists and things out, and that's a good way to get them away from you. Or even pressing F actually uses a special attack. Now this special attack is normally used for stunning enemies. What you have to do is pressing F in a clinch. If you have a sword, you'll most likely push them away and they'll be stunned for a short amount of time, so you'll be able to get a few hits in there. Or you have the chance to also kick them away, which does the same. Now if you're just in a fist fight without weapons out and you press the F button, you will then do a special attack which is kicking them, which once again stuns them and you can get a few hits in there. So definitely recommend to use that F button on PC if you want to use those special attacks. Now the chances of winning these clinches, of course, it does depend on yours and your opponent's strength and perks that they're using at the same time, but it also really depends on how quickly you can get in that attack, and the special attack I would definitely recommend using because it seems like it is the faster one to use if you can get to that button in time. If there's any small mechanics and things that you use in Kingdom Come Deliverance that you might not know people use, make sure you leave them down in the comments and I'd love to share them with you guys. How many of these did you know? If you knew all of them, well, I'm very sorry, this is probably a waste of a video for you, but even if just one is something you didn't know, make sure you leave a like and leave a comment down because I really like to know if I'm just being completely dumb playing this game or these are actually things that people didn't really know. So thank you guys for watching, and remember, if you haven't already, click the link in the description to join my Discord. Here I do a giveaway every single month to the person that has the most XP. that is kind of explained the Discord. The more you type in chat, the more XP you get, and there's a whole leaderboard. On that leaderboard, at the end of the month, the number 1 spot gets to choose any game on Steam, or maybe something else if you don't have Steam, and I'll buy that game for you. And of course, every single Sunday night, about 8:30 or 9 o'clock UK time, we all get in a Discord voice chat, and we do some quizzes. We do some fun game quizzes, and I give away some cool indie games and things like that. So if you want to win games, if you want to just join a really cool community, come on my Discord, and we have a great time. But thank you guys for watching, and until then, I will see you in the next one.